Hello and welcome to Rapid Pickle. I can't even say the name of the league tonight. Rapid Pixel Racing GP2. It's round 5 tonight at Singapore. I am DXC Rob Sim Racer and I'm joined once again by DXC James Owl.
Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome on in.
So, whilst the drivers load into the qualifying one lobby, I will run you through the standings. In the Drivers' Championship, and we've got wet quali.
Right, Quali, we love to see it.
Oh, this is going to make it fun. So, in the standings at the moment, the leader is Johnny Stokes on 83 points, followed closely by DXT Boyland on 77 points. I Lewis is in third on 57, followed by Frenzy on 47. Lister picks up fifth with 44 points. Wumax is in sixth on 32. DXT Lulu in seventh on 23. Hobo and Hepburn are tied in eighth on 10. Decky is in 10th with 8 points. Scarito, Zodak, Vader and Matty are tied in 11th with 6. Island Boy, or Carl Gill, as his PSN is now, is in 15th with 5. Mrs. Carl is in 16th with 3. Flea is in 17th with 1. And Rocketman, Cons and Evan are in 18th with no points. In the constructors, we have Aston Martin in the lead with 106 points. Red Bull are a close second on 101. Alpine are in third with 89 points. And Mercedes in fourth with 58. Alfa Romeo with 32. Haas with 30. McLaren with 22. AlphaTauri with 16. Ferrari with 15, and bringing up 10th place is Williams with 10 points. So we have
Big up, fam.
one Haas out on track.
It's full wets as well, to be fair, Rob. Full wets.
So that's Hobo getting out there early.
We'd love to see Hobo. Right, so
That is nice little spin.
Full map. What I want to there we go, there's Hobo. There's a sexual. Right, let's see if there's any oh, he's clipped it on the outlap. And again, the rain is absolutely pouring down today. Monsoon weather, that's what it is. Joe lad, how's it going lad? Thanks for the follow about half an hour ago. But I am not racing, I am doing the commentary today. I race on Monday night. Right, have you got round to his first flying lap yet?
Not yet. He's just coming through.
Right, we'll go on board with Hobo now in this monsoon weather in Singapore. Probably, yeah, he's invalidated both laps. Great start there. Love that from you, Hobo. Who's the next one? So it's a Red Bull.
That's Lewis, who's next on track.
Oh, but he's invalidated this lap somehow. But I shall be on Tarkov after this, Joe. Don't you worry. Right, first flying lap from Lewis MW. On the run down to turns 1 and 2, little chicane. Doesn't cut the apex. Turns 3, very gentle on the power now. Doesn't short shift, which is surprising. Coming up to turns 4. Should be a DRS zone, but as it's raining, there is no DRS today. This is just pure racing power. On the runs down now to turn 6, braking hard. Misses that apex just a little. Turn 7, braking hard again. Hits that apex spot on. Turns 10, I believe this is. So I keep losing count. Clips the wall. Turns 11. Doesn't cut it as you would in the dry. Turns 12. Now this is a little tricky section of the track. Turns 13. Little kink right, braking in a straight line to avoid locking up. Turns 15. Gets the power down. On the run down to 15. Braking hard there. Hits the apex nicely. Power's out. Scarito's retired. 16, 17 now. Now 18. A little gingerly on the power. 19 under the bridge. Driest part of the section so far. Turns 20. Hits it nicely. 21. Tries to get the power down early. Turns 22. And now he does the lap in a 1:59.0.
Next
That's
on
a
track,
bad little banker lap.
we've got DXT Vader just coming round to the end of his lap now. Let's see what he can do as comparison. 2 minute dead.
2 minute dead. Full second slower. We know he can do better than that. Just turn traction control on, Craig, and you'll be fine. Sound alerts don't work yet, Joe, because I don't have my capture card in for the PS5. But they do work when I stream Tarkov. A Hepburn with a 2014. I'm currently on board now with Scotty in the Alfa Romeo.
DXT Lulu does a 1:59.9 to go into second at the minute as Donny Stokes comes in the pits.
I just can't be arsed fitting my capture card in. Too much hassle, too many fucking HDMI cables.
That's something I wanted to ask you with the capture card. Does that pick up the party audio alright if you use a headset, or do you have to...
You have to... You have to plug in something to the capture card to your controller, I believe.
Sounding like a pain in the arse.
Yeah, it is. But Scotty somehow missed his braking point.
Moylan's done a 2:07 for his first time lap. Well off the pace.
Bobo does a 2 minutes dead. Goes fourth. Lulu, with his obvious traction control on, does a 1:59.9.
Vader's had his first win of... the way the message read, I think that was his first league race win tonight.
Oh, Scotty loses it on the final corner. Doesn't crash out though, which is a miracle. Right, so Matty or Lister is closest. So Lister is closest, so we'll go on board with him.
He's on outlap, so... Oh,
yes, but he's the closest. He's the closest. Don't test me. Can we have a weather update for the race, please, gentlemen? And lady, who is racing.
Mrs. Carl's not racing this week. It's a full grid of testosterone this week. And less DXT Lulu's decided
Mrs. Carl loves that anyway. Mrs. Carl loves that anyway. On the starting grid, it's like a bukkake party. so Lister now is on the turns 4. No DRS, but the rain does seem to be easing off here, Rob.
Does, and Island Boys said on mine the weather keeps updating.
Lister's set a purple sector 1.
Yeah, the rain definitely looks lighter than it did.
I do like the sound of this Red Bull. I prefer the Alpine. Maybe because I'm in the Alpine on a Monday night. Lister's all over the place in this little tight sector. Oof. We've got yellow flags. Sector 3. That's obviously a car getting out of the way for Johnny Stowe.
I think that was Scotty getting out of his way. Johnny out on the inters.
The track is drying.
So you've got Vader going out on the inters, Moylan sitting on the inters in the pits. Matt is out on the inters.
Lister now on the final corner, start finish straight. What's he got? A 1:58.4, and that puts him P1. The 9 drivers out of the 18 have set a lap. What's the league all about then? Any prizes or just bragging rights? It's pretty much just for bragging rights, mate. There's 3 tiers on the PlayStation side of things. I believe TTFL's got a few in Xbox.
Yeah, TTFL's got one in Xbox on a Friday night races, same time as the PlayStation.
It's just a group of people, Joe, just having a laugh.
TTFL are planning to do combine the tiers, so rather than Xbox and 2 PlayStation, they're looking so it's all.
Back in 360s, I used to play Grid. Look. Yeah, Grid were a good game. The new Grid Legends isn't too spectacular.
I think I've played that once, and I didn't like Legends. The slightest bit of contact, and all of a sudden you've got a mortal enemy.
Right, Johnny Stokes now coming up to the end of his first timed lap. In the good old Aston Martin in deep bronze green. He's at the 2:07. Johnny, where's your pace gone, pal? Flea now set a purple sector 1. Red Bull gets nicely out of his way there.
Just wondering how tentative he'd been on those inters for the first lap.
I'd have gone flat out to get the temperature in.
We'll see a good comparison now because Vader's out on the inters. His time is set, was on the wets.
Yeah, that were 2 minutes dead.
It's halfway through sector 2 now. Coming up to the bridge.
Short shifts here. There just seem to be wheel spinning. But Flea is setting purple sectors. I've got a feeling my e-cig's going to run out any minute. And I didn't buy one today, which is a shame.
So Vader is 2.5 seconds up on his time on the inters. As Lewis
MW sets a 1:56, so he is provisional pole. Hepburn with a 1:57.4, Matty with a 1:57, so we're getting close to the 1:57s. There's only 3.5 minutes remaining. Flea sets a 1:57.5, so we're getting into the 1:57s.
What's Vader going to do as he comes around the final corner? Is a
156
156.
dead. Craig's picked up the pace here, ladies and gentlemen. He loves the wet.
4 seconds faster than his wet time.
So Lulu now. Coming up to the little naughty chicane. This braking zone is dirty. Don't get it right, you are spinning. So Lulu hasn't set a purple sector 2. Oh, he's invalidated the lap on the chicane. Oh.
Has
I'm
he got the
supposed to
fuel?
ride that. Yeah, I think he has, because it's not flashing. Now he just needs to drive really slow to get that ERS charge back up.
DXC Matty does a 155.8 to take provisional pole.
Oh, coming out to play now, so Speedy is on his outlap.
Lewis MW's still on the full. Still on his full wets, is a second up on his time. That's going to put him at a 55.2 at the minute. He's got a little bit of traffic in front of him.
Island Boys sets a purple sector 2 on the wet.
155.0 for Lewis.
153 for Moyland. Moyland's obviously not sandbagging. I've got a feeling now Moyland will just sit in the pits and retire. Island Boy cuts that chicane perfectly. He sets a 158 and that puts him 10th.
Moyland did that with either 5 laps of fuel in the car. So I think there is an element of sandbagging there.
Yeah. So 13 of the 18 drivers have set a time. Scarito obviously retired, probably because he has a qualifying ban, I'm not sure.
No, there's only one qualifying ban outstanding, and that's Rocketman, but he's not partaking this week, so he'll be serving that next week. Frenzy retired in the pits. Speedy's out on track. Decky.
So we look, one driver will be going out. We'll set a time. Who will be the unlucky one in Q1?
Decky. He's not gone out to set a time at all, he's sat in the pits. Moyland does a 52.7 on his second lap.
Alright Moyland, we all know you're fast, no need to rub it in. Speedy, all you got to do is not invalidate the time, that is it. You could literally crawl, Speedy, just don't invalidate your lap.
Purple sector 2 for Speedy.
And he loses his front wing. Misses his braking point completely. But it's alright, he's not invalidated his lap, so this does count. And he's invalidated. No,
it
he's
let
not
him
invalidated.
off it. The game felt sorry for him.
He probably has now though. No, he still hasn't. How is he not invalidated there? Lucky man. But there it is. Everyone has gone through who has set a time. We will be saying goodbye to Frenzy, Scarito and Becky in Q1. No surprises there, to be honest there, Rob.
No.
Lewis MW sets his time on the wets, Lister on the wets, Hepburn on the wets.
Lulu, I did spot his improvement to a 154. And Hobo up in the 154. I think it's, if it stays wet, I think it's going to be an interesting battle at the top end of the grid. I'm not going to say at the front, because looking at the difference between Moyland and Lulu, that's just otherworldly. Well, it's good to see Hobo up there in third.
It is indeed. It is indeed. Right, Q2, and it's still raining.
And it's not on my screen. It's bone dry on mine. Oh, I love this game. Speedy going on to softs. Hobo going on to softs. No, Hobo's changed his mind.
Well, that's a tough call to say the track is still a bit damp.
There's quite a few of them selecting softs in the garage. Or are they doing the flick between to see what the offset is?
Probably flicking. That's what I'd have done right now.
So we've got a McLaren coming out by the looks of that, and he's going to be coming out on softs. Right, that's the Alpha Tower is.
Both Alphas. Hepburn and Zodak both on softs.
Scotty
see what they do.
Coming out on the softs as well. Who's at the front? Hepburn's at the front of the queue.
Let's just take a closer look of the track. It's still a bit damp. The DRS is open, so that involves no rain, but it still looks a bit damp out there on track.
Not seeing any telltale spray from the cars though.
Outstanding. This game is just phenomenal. But now we should be hitting the faster of the lap times now.
Well, I'll say there's no spray and it goes to an onboard shot and there is rain on the camera.
Yeah, I've just got a little bit of spray on the camera as well.
So Hepburn is leading his teammate. Zodak needs to start backing off to allow himself a gap or he's going to get caught out by the turbulent air.
Okay, so Hepburn on the start of his first run in Q2 on the run downs to turns 1, instantly into turns into 2 and now 3, powers up towards a small little incline, ups to turn 4, chucks it in there, DRS wide open on the run down to turns 5, braking hard at the 70 metre mark. third gear, turns it in, there he goes. Brakes hard again for turns 6. Turn 7, early on the power. Run down now to turn 8. Does he cut the little curb? No, he doesn't. He plays it safe. There's 9. Short shift in. Stays in third on the 4. Now on to 10.
A little bit wide.
Slide. Now on the power, down to turn 11. Little drift. We love it. Here comes 12. Now 13. 14. On the power. Brakes for 15. Doesn't hit the apex well. Now 16. Hits that just off edge. Now 17. Hits it good. 18. And away we go. Final corner. This is the apex. A 142.0 for Hepburn. And I believe Zodak
That must have invalidated his lap.
doesn't have enough time to go for it again.
Scotty does a 142.1.
On the board with Vader. Hobo. 141.9. Well done,
Great
Hobo
lap
there.
from Hobo. Vader's on his out lap. Sonny Stokes is on his out lap. That is on his out lap.
Craig just hits the curb there. Just before the bridge. Doesn't seem to have got any wing damage, so he should be alright. A 142.8 puts him 4th. Zodak is on technically an out lap. I don't think he's got the fuel, so we'll be on board with Johnny into turns 1, 2, puts down to 3. Run up to 4. Now on the run down to turn 5. Does he brake hard on the 100 metres? 60 metres from Johnny. Keeps it in 4th.
Purple sector 1 for Johnny.
Now here comes a little tricky part of the track. Puts that curb nicely, sets him up well for the remaining corners. DRS wide open now. Purple sector 2 for Johnny.
Got an Alpine in front of him. Let's hope he doesn't catch it at the worst possible point.
I think it'll be good. Yeah, this is a good clean lap here from Johnny. Start finish straight. What does he do? 138.8.
Masses that time.
What will Moylan have? Moylan is on his outlap. Turns 1, cuts that beautifully. Turns 2, rides the curb well. Turns 3, short shifts to 4th, powering up the hill. Turns 4. Let's go. He's going to have a nice little toe, but not enough. Hugs that inside line there. Brakes hard. Keeps that in 5th.
Scott has done a 140.0, Matt is done a 140.4.
cut. This Williams does need to get out of the way. I think the Williams is on a hot lap as well, so can't really get out of the way.
Right.
Moylan sets a purple sector 2, but I think this Williams will interfere his sector 3 time, just a hinder.
That's Speedy in front of him in the Williams.
So Speedy is not obliged to get out of the way. Moylan to 138.4.
I
It's
wonder.
a brilliant lap.
Speedy did a 139.7. I wonder how much of that was tactical because they are teammates in TTFL.
The Lister had to avoid an Alpha and an Aston Martin on the runs down. Wonder if that will hinder his time.
Through that, we missed Lewis MW coming across the line just behind Moylan with another 138.4.
Getting into the 138s now. What? Lister at 138.5 puts in P3. So far at this moment in time, we would be saying goodbye to Lulu, Flea, Vader, Zodak and Island Boy. Zodak and Kyle has not set a lap time yet.
Both currently out on their hot laps now. Lulu's on track, but he is improving, but he's only 300ths up on his current time. Flea is 3/10 up on his time through sector 2. So currently jump Lulu and Hepburn and put him up into 10th. He's coming into the pits. As Lulu comes through sector 2, he's 3/10 up.
Sorry, I was trying to sort something out, but apparently that sound alert has only just come through.
The one that was sent
At the beginning
halfway
of
of
Q1.
Q1.
Yeah. I think it's because I didn't have my Streamlabs open. It doesn't come up on stream if you get me. It'll still run through the fucking Streamlabs, but it won't come through as in on the PlayStation.
So Lulu did improve. He's gone to a 141.0, but that only takes him 11th. He's still in the knockout zone.
Need to find one more 10th, Lulu. Or 2 10ths.
Hobo's the driver at risk at the minute on a 140.9. Hepburn in 9th on a 140.1, so he's got an 8/10 buffer to him.
So let's see if Lulu is improving. Got no ERS, so I doubt he will be. Neither has Island Boy.
Island Boy is half a second up.
That's still not
It's
enough.
not enough. But that's through sector 2, so he needs to hope for a clean sector 3. Can he find the improvement?
Retires. He knows he's done enough. Island also retires. He definitely has done enough. Let's see if Island Boy can improve. A 139.40. 140.9. Still not enough. So Wilmax and Flea. Vader does need to come out if he wants to have another crack at it.
don't think he's not got time to get out and get another lap in. There's less than a minute and a half left.
We'll see where Womax is. He's coming up to his final run. We'll stay on board with Womax. Where's Flea? So he's on his way down as well.
Womax looks to be having DRS issues. It opened and closed about 3 times down the start-finish straight.
It looks like it's open a little bit on my screen. Yeah, it's flapping about. I don't know what is happening with Womax's DRS, but Johnny sets the fastest lap of a 1:38.0. Johnny just wants them bragging rights in Q2. So Flea just made it onto his flying lap. So Craig is currently out. I apologise. Lulu and Kyle is saying goodbye in Q2. Hobo is got his bum all on 20 pence and 50 pence right now.
Just cross the line on a 140 point. No, I don't think he improved. Yeah, he must have. He must have done because he's closer to Hepburn, so he's improved to a 140.1. Womax is a 10th up.
41.2. Hobo is still safe at the minute. Flea is 8 tenths up on his time. Is this going to be enough? He needs a perfect sectors 2. He's 1.4 seconds up on his time. Sector 3 is where it counts here. So at the minute that puts him on a 140.9. Two more corners to go. Can he hold it together? $38, $39, $40, $40.7. That puts him 11th. And he's just off by 6 tenths. Hobo, safe as asses.
Hobo will be breathing a sigh of relief, and I feel sorry for Flea. A massive improvement over his previous lap.
Yeah. So unlucky. So, top 10 shootout. Let's see who this involves. Johnny Stokes with a 1:38.0, fastest lap of today. Moyland in second, Lewis MW third, List 4, Scotty in fifth, Matty sixth, Speedy seventh, Zodak eighth, Hepburn 9, and Hobo 10th. They are your top 10 shootout drivers, and we will be saying goodbye to Flea, Island Boy, Lulu, Womax, and Vader.
So they've now
quite disappointed for Vader, Womax, and Flea there. So I had a feeling they could have been up there in the Q3.
Certainly look to have the pace through Q1.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Q3. Fastest lap goes on pole. Who's the first one out? Who's doing a me?
No one at the minute. They're all hard. Red Bull. and an Alpine. No, Haas. Yeah,
Aha, so that'll be Hobo.
both Red Bulls are coming out, and the Mercedes of Matty by the looks of it. Williams of Speedy. Jump on board with Hobo.
Already on board with it.
I'll be back in a second. I've got to sort my lad out.
What, give him the old backhand?
No, it's easier to give him just a full slap across the face.
Yeah,
That's a
backhand.
joke.
Evening, Craig. Very unlucky there on the Q2 exit. Alright, so we shall be on board with Hobo in the Haas. Just know you're not going to break into it. So, Hobo on the rundown to turns 1 and 2 and 3. Doesn't cut that quite good as what he could have. Nearly back end slips out on the exit turn 2. Compromises turn 3. Turns 4 now. Now on the run down to turn 5. Very nicely done there. Turn 6. Bit of understeer. Turn 7. Nicely done. Powers out of it. Turns 8 now. Doesn't go for the cut there of the curb. There's 9. There's 10. Now for the braking zone of 11. Superb. I've lost count of turns now.
And I've been talking to mute.
Turns 15, 16. There's 17. 18 under the bridge. 19 smoothly out of it. There's 20. There's 21. Saturday, Sunday. What? Friday there. It's okay.
39.7 for Hobo. So 4 tenths faster than his Q2 time.
Speedy invalidates his first run out. Are the Red Bulls? So Lister will be the next across the line. A 138.8. Now Lewis. Let's see what he can do.
38.9. 10th in it.
Lexi's racing. Now I'm going to be dumb here, but who's Lexi? Is that
Hobo's missus.
Ah, Mrs. Hobo. Hepburn next across the line. 145.8. What? I wonder what happened there.
Doesn't look like he'd have caught any traffic.
There's a Haas stopping dead. He's spun out on the exit of turn 13. Oh boy, you can't be compromising other people's drivers. Come on. Moylan goes provisional pole with a 137.8.
Tony
So I
Stokes
believe
coming round
now
to start his first flying lap.
Speedy will be the next across the line. And obviously Vader redeems the landowner. It's Friday. Sound alert. Obviously my sound alerts don't come through the PlayStation. But they do come through my PC as I've got Streamlabs up, because I will be streaming Tarkov straight after this. People can fuck with me there because I've got Tarkov bullet sounds and grenades everywhere.
I remember setting that up on you.
The Speedy now on the start-finish straight sets a 1:39.5. That's provisional P4. Scotty has invalidated his lap. Johnny coming up to turns 13. It's the run down now to turn 14.
Gets a purple sector 2.
It's great having the PC right next to me. I've actually got the number of corners, so I'm not actually messing things up. There's turn 17. Now on the run down to turn 18. Should do this every time I'm on comms now. Just get a map up at corners. There's 21. Now on the run down to turns 22 and 23. So apparently that's just not one corner. That's a 1:37.9 provisional P2. Front row with a grid for Johnny.
I did exactly the same for the TTFL race earlier, because it was round Miami. I had the track map up so I could see what corner they were on. But in the game, the marina actually has water in it, rather than just being painted blue.
Yeah, well, Miami's not really a realistic track, is it?
No.
They always like faking stuff. Speedy is going slow. Turn 19, 20, 18 and 19, sorry.
Is out of fuel.
Oh, poor Speedy.
So Lister and Lewis are on their out laps. Hobo's on an out lap. Who's in the pits? Zodak's on an out lap. Who's going to be?
They have a 100% win rate in the league at Miami. How have you won? I don't know. Who have you bribed? Who have you bribed?
He destroyed his teammate as well, by the sounds of it.
Wouldn't surprise me.
So Lister now starting his probably final flying lap.
3 minutes remaining. So this will be the final runs of the Q3. Obo, turn 1. Misses that apex completely. Turns 3.
So Lister is 400ths up.
Turns 4 now, turn 5. Meow. That is right, Joe. Meow. Still here. That's good, man. That's good. Surprised you're not on Tarkov yet. So turn 7. Turn 8. Brakes. Cuts that apex a bit too fine. Turns 9. Does that perfectly. Now on the rundowns to turns 10. Does he cut the curb? No, he doesn't. Turn 11. 12. 13. Back end a bit wobbly there. Turns 14, he's 2 seconds down on his time.
Lister now coming up to the final 2 corners and crosses the line on a 1:38.8. Doesn't improve on his time there. Connie Stokes bails into the pits.
You are in Tarkov, Scout, keep finding labs cars. I think the Tarkov gods there, Joe, wants you to go labs. Something like 12 laps to go. We had a safety car in heavy rain. I went to Inters and it dried up with 3 laps to go. Oh, risking it there. Glad it paid off for you.
Moyland improves, takes 6/10 out to do a 1:37.2 to take provisional pole.
Scotty still hasn't set a time yet, and he's invalidated this lap. So Scotty is not setting a time.
Lewis MW was 6 seconds up through sector.
Matty was what was Matty now? Matty was 4/10 up on his time.
Lewis improves to take second place with a 1:37.8.
Can anyone else get into the 1:37s?
Hepburn looks to have an awkward exit out of turn 3 there.
I can do a 1:20 on this track, trust me.
Hobo's round at the exit of the bridge again.
Matty improves by 1.6 seconds, that puts him P6. Speedy is down on his time by 1/10. Lister probably will be the next one to cross the line.
Lister's into the pits.
Lister's retired, he's had enough. Saving the engine.
Oh, Hobo's round again. You need to get it out the way, Hobo. You've got cars come in.
Speedy is up on his time by 1/10. That currently puts him on a 1:39.4.
Zodak did a 39.6 to go up into 8. Hobo's been disqualified.
No surprise there, he's probably had a fair few to drink.
That drops him down to 10th and gives Scotty 9th.
Oh, and Speedy validates the lap. The Red Bull's just doing his own thing. Hepburn will be the next to cross the line, but he's going a bit too slow. He's run out of fuel. Does the right thing and just drives on, doesn't go into the pits. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is qualifying complete with DXT Moyland on pole position with a 1:37.2. Joining him on the front row is Lewis MW in the Red Bull. Second row of the grid is Johnny Stokes and Hepburn. Third row of the grid is Lister and Matty. Fourth row is the Williams of Speedy and Zodak in the AlphaTauri. The fifth row of the grid is Scotty and Hobo.
Good effort there by Hepburn.
Yeah, brilliant.
Up on the second row. Hobo getting disqualified for going the wrong way. I think he was just trying to keep out of people's way.
What you get for driving the wrong way.
Wait for that to load. Oh, let's do a bit of housekeeping on Discord.
We shall let Crofty do this formation lap. We shall get back to you very shortly. How is everybody in streams today? Obviously, if you're in my channel, which is Taito Nation, But please go check out Rob's YouTube channel, which is DXT_Rob_Sim_Racer. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is. And if you are,
He's the co-commentator here today on this beautiful GP2.
and if you are on my stream, go and check out James on Twitch as Taito Nathan. He does a lot more than just F1. He loves a bit of Tarkov. That's something to watch, and mess with his sound alerts as well, especially when he's trying to snipe someone.
Yeah.
As the cars come back towards the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be
got a love-hate relationship with Tarkov.
And they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium.
I just love it and I hate it at the same time. I survived once all day yesterday.
Oh, nice.
But it's not nice at all. I was losing hundreds and thousands of rubles.
So Moylan's opted to start on the mediums, Lewis MW on the hards, Stokes on the mediums, and I didn't pay any attention to anyone else.
That's not very nice. Always concentrate on the front running.
It's only because that's the shot the camera gave me.
Yeah, Joe, that is it. I hate that, I love it. So we are waiting for the lights. 5 lights, and away we go here around Singapore. It's a brilliant start from Moyland. Lewis gets away well. Johnny loses out to Hepburn. Turns 1. Is there any incident so far? Looks like there was a little bit of contact there from Hobo. Craig runs a bit wide, lets Lewis. Scotty gets past Matty. All seems to be getting good off the line. There's no incidents. There's Decky and Island Boy going at it here. Isle gets the inside line, but Decky is right up on the outside. Is he outbraking him? No, he's not. Decky. Oh, Island Boy defends it really well. I believe Zodak took 8th place off of Scotty.
Speedy's got past Lister to take 5th.
Scarito seems to be dropping way back. Don't think he's here yet. I think that's the AI. So far, Moyland has pulled a 1.3 second gap halfway around lap 1. There's contact here. Oh, there's contact. I don't know which one was it. But Lister was involved, and he's dropped a few places.
He was right behind Speedy up in 6th a moment ago. It looks like Speedy's got no front wing.
Board, nice. Oh, there's a Speedy's gone round again, blocking up the bridge in between turns 18 and 19. Everyone be careful.
Scotty's done Zodak into the final corner, but Zodak's got a better drive out. Comes
Zodak
back up the inside.
Takes on turn 1. But Scotty is right up there. Does he get a better exit? No, he doesn't. Nice little move from Zodak. We love to see it.
Donny Stokes is all over the...
reduced damage, Joe, in GP2. We do still get a lot of DNFs.
Could be standard damage.
As Lulu takes and Vader are battling. This is Womax is joining this party as Vader goes wide there. Around turns 9, coming up to turns 10. Lulu has a little look. Only still on board. Would be much better with full. Yeah, it would, Joe, but some of these drivers would be ruined by now. But as Lulu gets a little poor exit, as Womax is on the inside line, just does he leave him space? Yes, he does, but Womax has been compromised and Frenzy gets Womax. That is some unlucky from Womax there. as Johnny Stokes up at the top is right on the back of Lulu. DRS is now enabled.
I think he'll be looking to make the move at the first opportunity here.
I just like to catch my breath for once. Jesus.
Moyland is checking out in front. He's got a 3.5 second lead now.
As Lister takes 9th off of Flea. But Flea takes it right back. Argy Bargy going off here.
One is not quite close enough to get the move done in the first DRS zone.
Lap data off. We don't need lap data on today. So Johnny now coming up to turns 9. This is going to be a nice battle for second. We'll keep an eye on it as we jump down to Matty, who's got Hobo and Flea for company. Lister is really on the back of Flea there for 9th.
Sky all over the back of Zodak.
Craig has got Lulu and Frenzy for company. Decky has joined, so I believe Decky... What happened there with Decky?
Must have had a disconnect.
Okay, so there's a little DRS train going off here for 11th place. Oh, we've got his yellow flags. That is Speedy again. Spinning on the turn 13.
Still looks to have all of his front wing intact.
And 2 beers are getting to you now, Rob.
Yeah, they are. Johnny Stokes still on the back of Lewis. Can't quite find a way past.
Frenzy's on the back of Lulu. Will he get the job done in turns 1? He gets a good drive. Has a little look. Doesn't get that done quite yet. As Lister is on the back of Flea. Coming up to turns 6 and 7. Will he get the outbraking done into turn 7? Flea tries to defend him as Lister hits the curb a little. Flea is on the inside of turns 8. There's a little bit of argy-bargy. Turns 9. Lister backs out of it wisely. There's a little look on the outside of turns 9. Or 10, sorry. As Zodak gets his teammate, as Hepburn is round, so is Scotty. What has happened to these two drivers?
Both on the bridge.
Oh, there's massive pile up here. Hepburn is facing the wrong way. Vader, what is going off? There's some discussions as we've got Frenzy who's out. I just clipped that. He just on the exit of turn 14 misses the braking point and clips it, and that will be a safety car.
Oh, that's going to destroy that lead.
That's going to frustrate Moyland quite a bit.
But he has managed to get out past the safety car. Is it going to let... Yeah, it is letting everyone through.
It will let everyone else through. And that gives a lifeline to Hepburn. Flea and Lister in the pits.
We had a safety car in Miami earlier, and the back markers caught the safety car and were allowed through, but then it allowed the entire grid through as well for a whole lap. It was bizarre.
So the safety car has parked himself on the turn 4. As Scotty, Scarito, Craig, Speedy and Hepburn all in the pits. This will really annoy Moyland as he's set a 4-second gap. How did Moyland do it? I know you were complaining a bit.
I can't honestly remember. My mind's gone blank on the results.
You really
that
do
one.
need to lay off the booze, you. You can't remember what happened 2 hours ago, Jesus.
It's been a long 2 hours. Let me have a look. TTFL.
So will Moylan come into the pits, which he does, which probably will allow Lewis to inherit P1, which he does.
Moyland was 6th earlier. Hobo took 5th. Duckface took 7th. And Speedy got 8th.
Very good, very good.
So Moyland's pitted.
Same with Johnny, them mediums could be an advantage in the later stage because they're only 6 lap old. So where does that put Moyland and Johnny? So Moyland is in 5th and Johnny is in 8th. Let's see if Moyland and Johnny can pick up these places back without any hindering.
Everyone in the top 8 now is on the hard tyre. We've got Island Boy in 9th on the medium. Decky, Fleet, Lister and Scotty all on the hards. Garito and Vader on the mediums. Speedy on the hards and Hepburn on the mediums. There's only 5 laps difference. Yeah, Moylan needs to work his way through that.
Garito takes a 3-second corner cutting penalty. That is the first penalty of this race. Currently 6 laps in out of 31 in this Rapid Pixel Racing GP2 Friday night here around Singapore.
You'll be back here Sunday night for GP3 as well.
I know, the joys. Like I spent a week in Singapore.
And then Monza next week. Have you done any running at Monza?
Yep, 0-0 wins. Done. That's all I need.
No worries, Cons. You let us know that you weren't going to be able to make it. That's sound. You're still here in the comments though, so you couldn't resist keeping an eye on what's happening, could you?
Well, if I knew you weren't coming, Cons, I could have took your place. It felt like racing tonight.
So did I, actually. I enjoyed my Monday night race round here.
I sort of did. Just didn't have the race pace.
Where did you finish in the end, Monday?
8th.
Oh, you were running out of fuel, weren't you?
Yeah, so I had to back off quite a lot. And then I eventually ran out of fuel on turns 23 on the final lap. I underfueled the car because I thought something like this would have happened on Monday night, but clearly not. Never underfueling again.
Oh, I've not underfueled for a little while now. It's too iffy as to whether or not it'll bring a safety car out. I think everyone that went out Monday but retired in the pits.
Yeah, so safety car is in this lap. So now Lewis does effectively become the safety car. We will be on board with Zodak to see if he gets caught out or whether he actually catches Lewis out.
I'm going to go on board with Matty and see how he gets a start.
Oh, Lewis is playing the slow game here. The safety car is just coming up to turns 22. Enters the pit lane. So this will now give Lewis the free rein to go ahead if he wishes. Which he has done, he's gone. Sort of catches Zodak out.
Definitely caught Matty out.
So on the run down to turns 1. Very nicely done there by Matty.
Womack's looking all over the back of Lulu for 6th place.
Johnny's trying to pick up the scraps. As we have a spinner, Scarito is just spinning his tyres. Them tyres will be red hot, so I'll take a few lap
Lister's
corners
round.
now. Lister's round now. Oh, what is happening? Are we driving on ice here today? So Hepburn is on the outside of Vader. Doesn't get that move done, but gets a beautiful exit on the inside now.
Hobo and Moyland have got past Matty.
Craig
but
does keep it going. Turns 9, defends the inside, but there's contact. On the run down now to turn 10, Hepburn has a cheeky look on the inside now, going up to turn 11. On the outside, doesn't get it moved, he's on the inside now for turns 12. Oh, that was nail biting. Nail biting.
As Hepburn's round on the exit of 13.
Oh, Hepburn, what are we doing? So, Johnny Stokes for battle for 6. He's got his teammate Lulu in 5th. Could be doing a little strategic hold-up play here. His Decky has gone round. Yes, he missed a braking point on turns 18.
Moyland's right on the back of Hobo into 23. Gets it up the inside and gets the move done into turn 1.
But that could be a corner cutting warning for Moyland.
So now
Scarito gets past Lister, but Lister is in the pits. Johnny gets past Womax. So now is Lulu going to be the good teammate and let Johnny go? Trying to, without compromising his place to Womax.
Yeah, it looks like Johnny goes wide there, but Lulu let him through.
The Aston Martins do the old switcheroo, but that gives Johnny Stokes clean air to try and catch Hobo. Hobo is still on the back of Moyland.
Moyland's closing down that gap to Zodak now.
Island Boy's on the back of Womax, but then Flea's on the back of him, so this could be a nice little battle for 6th place involving four cars. This is your closest battle on track so far. So is Lulu still playing the old hold-up play for Johnny? DRS now enabled. Moyland is on the back of Zodak here into turns 1. Doesn't get that move done, so he could potentially getting the move done in turns 6 and 7. Since the DRS is enabled, Zodak does not get the help of DRS himself, so he's a sitting duck. Here we go, turn 6 on the inside. That's a very easy move there for Moyland. But now Moyland is in P2.
Trying to close down that gap back to Lewis.
But in theory, Moyland is still P1 because Lewis is still yet to pit. Kyle is still on the back of Womax on the exit of turn 9. Johnny Stokes is right on the back of Hobo here. Turns 12, turns 13 now. Does Johnny get a good exit out of 13? No, Hobo gets the better of the exit.
Island Boy got on the power a little bit too soon out of 13. Has dropped down now behind Flea and Scotty.
That's compromising a little bit.
Gives Womax a bit of breathing space.
Moyland is within DRS range now of Lewis. Bit of lag there for Lewis for me. On similar ER, Lewis has got more ERS. Moyland is on fresher tyres. Johnny's still on the back of Hobo for 4th.
Closed up a little with the DRS, but couldn't get close enough to make a move into turn 1. Can he do it through 6?
We'll stay on board with Johnny. Turns 6 and 7. Hobo seems to get a good exit, but now Johnny is on the DRS and the ERS. The straight line speed of Hobo has defended him well there.
Moyland's right on the back of Lewis now. Is
Flea and Scotty on the turn 7, coming up to turn 8. Flea gets on the inside, but Scotty gets the exit. Turns 9. Who gets the better of the exit here?
They're about
neck
even.
And neck. Scotty. Oh, Scotty and Womack. Scotty and Flea collide. I believe Flea hits that invisible wall just before turn 10. "11 laps gone, 20 laps remaining here in Singapore." As Vader now is on the back of Kyle. As Decky is on the back of Matty, and Matty doesn't get that job done in turns 14. Thought about it.
Hobo is really holding Johnny Stokes up now. Lulu's managed to close up onto the back of him, so he'll be in the DRS as well.
Moyland is still 3/10 behind Lewis.
And Johnny doesn't seem to be able to gain anything, even with the DRS.
So Hobo's setup is built for straight line, but we'll be on board now with Moyland on the runs down to turn 6 and 7. Does he get the inside line for turn 6, but compromises on the outside for turn 7?
Let's go all the way around.
Beautiful on the inside up for turns 8. But Lewis gets the exit, goes for turns 9. This will be a good battle between these two all race. But obviously Moyland knows Lewis still needs to pit.
I think Moyland's still going to push to get the pass done.
Now he gets the DRS now, coming up to turns 14. Get a little bit of wheel spin on the exit at turn 13. That compromises him just a little bit. Johnny Stokes still cannot get past Hobo, even with the DRS assistance. Hobo is looking fast on the straight lines.
The delta, even with DRS, is staying pretty static down those straights.
Speedy is on the back of Vader now on turns 16 and 17. Johnny still trying to find a way past Hobo, which is allowing Lulu to creep. As he might do it this time, he's on the inside for turns 1. Gets that move done nicely. Now Lulu is on the back of Hobo. Lulu is just slowly creeping up as Scotty and Flea go into the pits. Potentially from their contact on the entrance to turn 10.
Hobo's got the DRS to defend from Lulu. And Hobo's
gaining.
Look to be going for a move on Johnny there.
Vader is on the back of Kyle. Speedy's on the back of Vader. So this now is a battle for 8th, coming up to turns 9. Zodak gets a corner cutting penalty. That's the second penalty of tonight. This has been some great racing so far. 13 laps in.
Not even halfway yet.
Seems like we've been going on for hours. This fleet is on the back of Scotty for 15th. And they've come out of the pit, so they'll be battling for fresh. But Fleet's on softs. That is a surprise. As Scotty is on the medium, so Fleet is trying to make a 2-stop. As Moyland is still on the back of Lewis here. Trying to get this pass done. He might get it done now on the runs down to turns 1. No, he banks off ever so slightly. Thinks better of it. I think he's thinking about doing it on turns 6 and 7.
Speedy's round.
As Johnny has got past Zodak, so Johnny is now in P3. Flea with a 5-second penalty. Kyle is in the pits. Moyland doesn't have the ERS to fight his way through. But Lewis is flashing at ERS as well. Lewis is just hanging on, he's got 5%. Johnny Stokes has a 7.5 second deficit to try and catch up. Hobo is on the back of Zodak for 4th.
Fighting through. Hobo and Zodak's costs Ollie quite a bit there.
Hepburn is on the back of Decky for 9th. This could be a good battle there. We've got yellow flags in sector 1. Who could this be?
It's cleared now. That looks like Scarito was running slowly. No, that wasn't Scarito, it was Scotty.
This battle for first is still continuing. I believe now Moyland is just letting Lewis carry him across. As he goes on the inside and he gets that move done. Very good patience there from Moyland. That's why he is a top driver in RPR. Now Zodak is in a 3-car battle for 4th. Lulu and Hobo. This will be an interesting battle now, as we know Hobo has the straight line speed.
With the DRS from Zodak in front, that's going to make his life even easier defending.
He's having a look, but he doesn't get that move done. But Zodak runs wide on turn 8, compromises, and he lets... That little mistake has cost him 2 places. No, Hobo's lost 1 place, sorry, I do apologise on that. But Hobo has lost a place to Lulu, and Lulu now is on the back of Zodak.
Hobo's kept on the back of Lulu.
Yellow flag, and I think Scotty's had enough.
That is Scotty retiring in the pits.
This battle for 4th is allowing Womax to slowly creep up. I can see him just in the mirrors. In the background there, he's just out of DRS.
Moyland out in front has broke out of the DRS of Lewis MW. Johnny Stokes has closed the gap down now to 5 seconds.
Decky is battling it out with Hepburn for 9th still. This battle for 4th is now 4 cars. Lewis just having a cheeky look there into turns 1. He thought about that.
But he's got to be careful of a Hobo behind, with Hobo's straight line speed with the DRS.
We'll go on board with Hobo On the DRS it is 6'10", so let's see how much he can gain. Not gaining anything.
Lewis is up the inside of Zodak and
Gets
gets
that job done, but Zodak gets the inside line for turns 8. Leaves him space. Oh, and there's contact. Contact between Hobo and Zodak, and Hobo gets that pass done. But now Womax is having a cheeky look on the inside of turns 10.
They're all on the same age tyres as well. So no one's got a tyre advantage here.
Obviously now Hobo get with that straight line speed, and Lulu has no DRS or ERS to help him. So if I was Lulu, I'd try and charge that ERS as much as I can to try and defend on that start-finish straight. As Moyland gets a 2.2 second gap now. 17 laps. We are now halfway through of this race in Singapore in Rapid Pixel Racing's GP2.
Speedy's just managed to get past Matty in. Matty's fighting it back. Speedy's got it done. Where else are our battles? It's still mainly Hobo. Lulu's round.
Oh dear, Lulu on the exit of turns 3. He loses the back end, and now he's got a lot of catching up to do.
Zodak and Womax
side by side. Womax, but Womax is on the inside, gives it Womax a little clip. Now that is a bit naughty from Zodak. If there's any fairness, he'd give that place back. But Zodak is like, no, not having that.
It's more space now.
Zodak inherits P5 so far.
Zodak and Womax's battle is allowing Hobo to open that gap out to give himself some breathing space. Donny Stokes has got the gap down to 3.6 now to Lewis MW. He's got a yellow flag in sector 3. That's a Ferrari round before the pit entry. Donny Stokes is still pushing burning through his ERS to try and close this gap down to Lewis MW. Where are the gaps? We've got Lister on the back of Island Boy. Lister on 8-lap-old soft tyres. They've got to be starting to hurt by now. Island Boy on the hards, trying to close down on Flea. Hepburn's closing in on the DRS of Decky in 9th.
Sorry about that, I had little mic issues.
Battery died on the headset again.
Yeah. Unfortunately. But Kyle is on the back of Flea for 13th. And Womax now is on the back of Zodak for 5th. There's yellow flags. There's somebody round, I believe that'll be Matty.
Matty out of the way.
Matty on the exit of turn 8. Spins it. Hepburn's still on the back of Decky for 9th. Oh! Hepburn's out! Hepburn is out!
Oh, not another safety car.
On the entrance to turn 14, Decky tries closing the door on the outside, and as Hepburn was there, Hepburn clips the wall, and Hepburn is unfortunately out of this session. There'll be a few naughty words there. But as Rumax is still on the back of Zodak, that is... no. Kyle is on the back of Flea. That's our close battle so far, and that is for 11th.
Vader's starting to close up on the back of Zodak now, on the back of Rumax. He's bringing that gap down.
Yes, he is. No safety car. So that is quite surprising to say we had one in the exact same corner.
Johnny Stokes has got to within 2 seconds of Lewis. Just need to find another second to get in the DRS.
So Lewis's hard tyres now are starting to show, and obviously Johnny and Moylan did pit on the same lap. So Johnny does have fresher hards than Lewis.
Moylan's opened that gap in front now to 4.5 seconds. This is really only our only close battle is down for 11th place between Flea, Island Boy and Lister. Though Lister's softs, being 10 laps old, must be feeling the pain now. Lewis picks up a 3-second time penalty. That's going to hurt him at the end of the race. Scorito has retired in the pits.
Laps.
Lulu is now right on the back of Vader. With the DRS down through turn 6, going up the inside, which put him on the outside for 7th, but Vader's backed out of that to give him space. So Lulu's now back up into 7th place and promptly spins it and takes his front wing. Possibly rear wing damage now as well. But all that hard work, Lewis. So Wumax still on the back of Zodak. Decky closing in on the back of Lulu, who's lost that front wing. They're still fighting to maintain position on track, but runs deep into turn 14. Probably should have just left that, let Decky get the move done. Wumax on Zodak again, up to turn 1. Your mic's playing up like a... Johnny Stokes is right on the back now of Lewis. He's closed that down to half a second. As we come into the bridge section now. Lewis looks to get the better exit, but Johnny's closing with the DRS, but can't quite close the gap enough.
Still in 3rd place. Obviously, the less laps you have, and you have to catch up.
Oh, that's better. I can hear you again now.
Is Johnny still right on the back?
couldn't quite make it to turn 1, but Wilmax is on the back of Zodak. This is for 5th place, second closest battle.
I'm wondering if Lewis is trying to get this to be a hard soft. As Johnny's going round the outside of turn 6 to give him the inside for 7.
And a little bit of argy-bargy force side for turns 8.
Johnny's held it. Johnny gets it done through turn 9.
So now Lewis, I would start.
We've got a yellow flag.
Lee has gone round.
And has picked up a 7.2 second gap. Lewis is still not letting this fight go without a good fight. Wilmax still on the back of Zodak. But coming up to the DRS zone from turn 13. Lewis is dropping off massively now. And that gives Johnny the clean air to try and catch him.
Try and catch him. 7 seconds to try and catch.
Lister's still going around as Flea's retired in the pits. I'm wondering if Lister being on the 13 lap old softs is to give Lewis an idea of how they're lasting and how much he can push. With 8 laps to go now, I'm fully expecting Lewis to come in either this lap or the next and fit a set of soft tyres.
That would be a good strategy. Beatty picks up a 3-second corner cutting penalty as Lulu gets past Matty for 12.
Lulu's back on the yard. I don't think there's two.
On those soft tyres, he's going to have the grip advantage and he's going to try and close down Lister. Is it about a 28-second stop here?
26 or 20.
So Lewis has nearly got a pit stop in hand over Hobo behind.
If I was Lewis, I'd actually try and fit in this.
He's not, he's still going. But he's starting to drop time quite considerably now to Johnny. He's 2.6 back off of Johnny now.
Fifth. But if I was Lewis MW, box for softs.
Yeah, he's definitely got
Oh, there's rain. I can see drops of rain.
Oh, is that why he stayed out? He was hoping to last until it goes to Inters.
Ah, so there was a strategy behind this. Rain comes into play here.
But it's how quickly will it go to wet conditions. Singapore normally goes quite quick.
Yeah, exactly, but the rain doesn't seem to be coming down as quickly as people are hoping. So, as Lister goes into the pits, Lewis gets 11th, still 16 seconds behind Kyle.
Lister's going straight onto the Inters.
Oh, Lister, there's nothing to lose, Lister, so I would have as well. But Decky's on the back of Vader, who's got little to no ERS over Vader. Well, Vader still doesn't know what the L1 button does. Clearly, he doesn't want ERS. So this is the closest battle. 4/7 now between Decky and Vader.
Lewis has pitted for Inters as well. He's going to come out well in front of Hobo.
I personally would have just gone softs and just rid it out, because the track still seems to be dry enough. 6 laps remaining.
We'll
So we'll see. You can see what Moylan responds with.
DRS is still active.
Becky is on the back of Vader, coming up to the entrance of turn 1. There's contact. Oh, there's definitely contact. Becky loses it. Craig will not be happy there. Craig will be furious.
He's lost 2 places there because Speedy managed to get through in that melee.
Speedy's just like, thank you very much, boys. I will take P7.
So Lewis's gap is now at 29 seconds to Johnny Stokes.
So let's keep an eye on that. And 5.5 seconds from Hobo. Obviously Lewis is on the Inters while everyone else is still on the hards.
The rain it's not coming down like we've previously seen at Singapore. There's a few drops, but not enough to warrant the Inters, I don't think.
Racky's looking at a little bit moist. We love that word here, moist. Yeah, she is looking a bit damp. And I think Zodak is actually struggling here. Try and get that power down. But Lewis is actually catching Johnny Stokes.
Yeah, that rain's getting heavier now.
Yep, Zodak's into the pits.
We've got Decky round. I think Decky's been round because Vader's got back past. Let's watch the front 2, see what they're going to decide to do.
Now. Zodak is on the Inters. Decky gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Decky also goes onto the Inters, so I believe this will be the crossover point now.
Is Moylan going to stay out or is he going to come in? As I think Hobo's round. Oh, Hobo. Rumax has got past now.
Oh, dear me, Hobo. So unfortunate. But if I was actually Moylan, I would respond to Lewis.
He's not, he's stayed out.
But Johnny's going into the pits. Johnny Stokes is going into the pits. So that allows Moylan.
That was Lister round on the start finish. He's taking his wing out on the start finish pit wall.
Oh dear. Yeah, the people are struggling now, so this is basically an ice ring.
And Lister's going very slow. He's parked it at the end of
Lister has DNF.
Turn 1.
So is this going to be a safety car?
It's not, it's cleared it.
Moylan is actually struggling, but he does have that pit stop advantage. But we'll see what it's like at the end of the lap.
Lewis has managed to get the jump on Johnny.
Lulu is back into the points in 9th. Where did that come from? Wilmax, Hobo, Speedy are all in the pits.
Imagine Vader's going to come into the pits as well. He has. Waiting
So
for
Moylan
Moylan.
has currently lost 1.3 seconds of this lap. 4 laps remaining. Does he go into the pits? He is really struggling to find the grip.
Those hards are going to lose temperature so quickly now. I think his only option is to
Yeah, he's going in. He's going in. So he does have that pit stop advantage.
as he
Oh no, he's
loses it
spun
on the pit
around.
entry.
Got to be careful not disqualifying. That's the joy of no grip, but he still has the 30 seconds, so we'll see where Lewis comes out.
I think Lewis is going to get him.
So he's on
I don't think the...
Turns 22, now 23. Where is Moyland? Getting a new front wing. This thing could have cost him massively.
He's
And
lost out to
Lewis
Lewis.
get the jump on him. So does Johnny. Now this is going to be a nail-biting last couple of laps here around Singapore.
Johnny's tyres are going to be up to temperature and Moylan's are going to be coming out stone cold.
So Lewis has a 9-second gap over Moyland. But Johnny is currently in P2 with a 2.2. Let's see if he can slowly reel Lewis in.
He's just got to keep within that 3-second penalty to take the win. Moylan's really got some work cut out now to try and close this down in 3 laps remaining.
And we do have a back marker in between Moylan and Johnny. So let's see where this back marker does let Moylan pass. Hobo with a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting.
DRS has now been disabled.
So this spin of Moylan's on the pit entrance could have actually cost him the win here. As Matty does pull out of the way on the run down to turns 14. But Moylan is still 9.6 seconds away from Johnny. 11 seconds from Lewis with 3 laps to go. His Hobo is on the back of Speedy for 5th place. Completely missing this one. It goes for the inside of turn 9. Goes on the outside of turn 11. Careful of that invisible wall. Turns 12. Now, Mike gets a 5 split. He might be calling it. He's on the inside of turn 13. Hobo on the turn inside. A little bit of nudge. Who gets the better of the exit? As Mike calls it, quits. The Hobo on the outside of turn 14. Does he make it stick this time? This is some great balance between Speedy and Hobo. He's on the outside of turns 15. Or 16, sorry. Now on the inside of 18. This is too much to try and keep up. Now this is 18 under the bridge. Turns 20 now, turns 21. Two laps remaining here today on this GP2 of Rapid Pixel Racing.
This race has come alive at the end.
Oh, has it? Oh, and Hobo nearly loses on the exit of turn 3.
Moylan's not doing anything to close that gap down out in front. It's still 9.5 seconds off the back of Johnny.
So Lewis's late ball there for the Inters could pay off massively.
He took the pain of a couple of laps when it wasn't wet enough. Those tyres would have been so warm by the time it did become wet enough, they'd have just worked straight off the bat.
So Zodak now is the closest battle with Decky for P7. There's no DRS, obviously. There's 1 lap remaining. We shall see where Lewis is right now. So he's on the exit of turn 8.
And he's starting to close that gap down. He's taken half a second out of it in the last lap.
But Moylan still hasn't done enough. Yellow flags in sector 3. I believe that is a Ferrari left.
Zodak going slow? Zodak's going very slow. Zodak's out of fuel. Zodak is out of fuel. He's still got a lap to go. Come on, Craig. Push now to get past Zodak.
Okay, Vader, we push.
As Lewis comes round the final corner to start the last
Lulu's
lap.
on the back of Vader here. This could be an interesting for the final point. As Lulu is on the inside, but obviously Zodak is letting them through. No point fighting when you've got no fuel. As we are currently on the verge of the final lap now, so we'll be on board with Lewis for this lap.
Johnny's closing in a bit. He's taken another couple of tenths out of Lewis.
On the hards for as long as he could, wait for that rain. As soon as that rain started, he jumped bits with me. It was a brilliant strategy call there from Lewis.
Could have backfired so badly knowing how the weather goes on this game. It says it's going to rain and then it doesn't.
Johnny takes another couple of tenths off, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. Zodak gets a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits, so he clearly cuts the corners 15 and 16.
Now the leaders are just approaching him. He's kept well out the way.
Bobo gets another 3-second penalty. Oh, Lewis nearly loses it on the exit of turn 19. This is allowing Johnny to creep up. 2 corners to go. Your race winner will be Johnny Stokes. Lewis on track as the race winner, but Johnny takes it on penalties. Moyland is in 3rd place. He will be kicking himself from that spin on the pit entrance.
I'll be waiting for... I think Womax is clear, going to be 4th. It's how are Speedy, Hobo and Decky going to end with the penalties that they're carrying?
Speedy and Hobo are 6 seconds apiece, so this is the actual battle. Womax does take 4th. Know that.
No, maybe not. Womax is out of fuel.
Oh, Womax, you've got 3 corners to go. But you've got 6 seconds of penalties to wait on.
I think he will get it. He will get that on track as well.
But Hobo really pushing wide. Hobo's got him. Oh, he's got a 20-second grid penalty for corner cutting and gaining a place, so that will push him well down the order. Oh dear, so Womax in 4th, Speedy in 5th, Decky 6th, Island Boy in 7th, Hobo 8th, Lulu in 9th, but this battle is still going on.
The Lulu in 9th, Vader in 10th, which secures the final point. Oh, what a race at the end there with the rain. Becky is your driver of the day for it. But who is the commentator's driver of the day for you, Rob?
I'm gonna go with Lewis MW. That strategy to go on the hards and wait for the rain. If he'd have kept it clean, he'd have had that win. He let himself down by picking up the penalty. Hobo, get the race director.
No, he deserves 20 seconds for that. That's a dirty move. But yeah, I agree with you there, Rob. This is the driver of the day. Shame about the penalty. But just to confirm, for the GP2, Johnny Stokes takes the win, Lewis takes second, Moylan third, Womack's fourth, Speedy fifth, Decky sixth, Kyle seventh, Hobo eighth after that 20-second penalty, which he deserved. Takes 8th, Lulu in 9th, Vader 10th, Zodak in 11th, Matty 12th, Lister 13th, who's the DNF. So the DNFs are Matty, Lister, Fleet, Scarito, Hepburn, Scotty and Frenzy. Oof, what a race at the end. What a race.
That was manic. I don't know if you ever took a breath through the whole thing.
No, I don't think I did either. And lo and behold, my East has just run out.
At least it held off until the end of that.
Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude Rapid Pixel Racing's GP2 Round 5 around Singapore. Next week will be Monza, the Temple of Speed.
I think next week will be an interesting one. These new cars handle that track so much different to the previous game.
But we shall be back again on Sunday for GP3's turn around Singapore. Same time, no, not same time actually. 8:30 p.m. UK time here on my channel, Kaito Nation. But I have been your host with DXT Robson Racer. Till Sunday. Catch you all later.
See you later, guys. Thanks for watching.